Hi there, my smarty pants. So our new project is radial designs, and we're going to dive right in. I'm going to show you how to do it step by step because it's really cool, but it requires a lot of little steps. Okay, so first things first, supplies you need, materiales, 2 papers, white paper is fine, a pencil, and some scissors. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my paper, one of my recycling papers, and I'm going to fold it in half like a book or a card. Okay, so fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again the other way. So fold it in half like that. Okay, so we're folding our paper into fourths. Okay, so when I open it up, I have some fold lines like that. All right, that's the first step. So everybody needs to do that. All right, next, I'm going to put my paper down on the table. I'm going to tilt this down so you guys can see. And move this paper out of the way. We don't need that one just yet. The next thing I'm going to do is draw a big circle. Un círculo grande. Try to make it a good circle. Okay, so there's my big circle. Okay, everybody draw a big circle. Then we're going to cut that out. Okay. Cut out your big circle. Okay, and I don't need my scraps anymore. All right, big circle. Now, we're going to take one of these pieces, okay, and we're going to cut it out. So I'm just following my fold and cutting out one piece. Okay, whichever one, doesn't matter which one. All right, now I'm going to draw a design on here. Okay, and I recommend that you use shapes, lines. If you want to do block letters, you can. Okay, so for example, I'm going to put this down on the table. I'm going to start with a big M. Okay, now you don't have to make, actually let me change that. Don't make little tiny designs, make big designs. Okay, so I'm going to fix that so it's a little bit bigger. Okay. Put a spiral, let's see. And no, I don't like that. I'm going to change that. Too much like my M. Okay, so that's my design. It's very simple, nothing too complicated. Okay, it's just one letter and a couple of lines. Okay, 3 lines, and that's it. Okay, so everybody do that. Now, I don't need this right now, but if you decide you don't like this, you can make a new one with one of the other pieces. Okay, so don't throw this away yet. You might need it later. Okay, all right, new paper. Again, we're going to fold it into fourths, and this time we're doing that so we have the middle of the paper, so we know where the middle is. Okay, and fold it the other way. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to unfold that, put a dot where your middle is. That's where the two folds intersect, right there. Okay, and we're going to hold on to this. All right, next I'm going to take my piece again, and this time I'm going to trace those lines really dark. Okay, make them really super dark. In fact, I'm going to do this on the back of my other paper so I don't get pencil all over my desk. Make those lines super duper dark as you possibly can, because we're going to transfer the picture onto our paper. Okay, so making those lines super dark. So I'm just kind of coloring over the lines with my pencil to make them darker. Okay, the darker you make this, the easier the next step will be. Okay, if you don't make them dark, it's not going to work. Okay, so make them super duper dark. And if your hand starts getting sore, just shake it out. Okay, floppy, floppy, floppy. There we go. Okay. Tracing around. So I'm staying on my lines. Just coloring them darker with my pencil. This will not work with marker or crayon. You have to use a pencil, okay? Only works with pencil. Okay, so I'm making my lines real dark. All right, so that's pretty good. That's really dark. All right, so now I'm going to turn my paper back over. And now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to turn it so that the back is facing me, atrás, okay? And line it up. If you imagine, I'm just going to draw light lines right there so I can erase them. Put the point, la punta, aquí, at the dot. La punta a la puntita, okay? And make sure it's in the right place. And then you're going to trace those lines, press down hard. Okay. And I'm using my other hand to hold it down. Hold it tight. You don't want it wiggling around. Also, we can trace around the outside. We'll finish that in a minute. I want to make sure I finish tracing my lines here. Okay, so trace exactly on your lines. My spiral. I apologize if you can't see exactly what I'm doing right now, but I can't move my hand because it's holding down my paper. Okay, and this little curvy line. Trace that. Nice and dark. Okay, and then I'm going to finish drawing my line on the outside. Okay, there we go. So when I pick this up, whoa, isn't that cool? There's the design on there. It transferred because I made this side so dark. Okay, now I'm just going to flip this to this side. Same thing. Line it up, hold it down, and trace again. So I'm going to go ahead and trace the outside too. Okay. So on the second, third, and fourth one, you're going to have to pay attention to where you're tracing so you don't forget something. But if you do forget something, you'll figure it out pretty quick when you flip it over. You'll say, oh, I forgot that side of the M or whatever. Okay. So I'm trying to hold it down, hold it still while I'm tracing. It does want to move around, so you do want to hold it. And also, while I'm tracing, I'm adding more pencil back to these lines. Remember, we flipped it over here, and so the pencil got left on the paper, so I'm replenishing my pencil, if you will. I'm going to trace my spiral. Okay, let's see if I got everything. Yep, I did. Okay, can you guys see that? Yeah. All right, so it was like this. Now I'm going to flip it to the other side. Make sure it's lined up with my folds. Trace the outside and trace again. Okay, and you're going to keep doing this until you've got all 4 parts of your circle done. Okay, so I'm trying to pay close attention to where I am and what I've traced. Like I said, if you forget something, you'll figure it out quick. On my spiral. And this sort of circle line here. Okay, let's see if I got everything. Yep, I did. Okay, flip it again, last time. And make sure it's lined up with the folds. There we go. I'm going to trace around the outside again. And away we go. Tracing again. This is my last time. Okay. Holding it down with my other hand. Tracing all my lines. Starting to get a little sloppy here. Oopsies. Hopefully this one works okay. And my spiral. Okay, let's see if I got everything. I did. Okay, so now there is my radial design. That's pretty cool, right? So if you need to, you can go back and trace some of the lighter spots with your pencil, like maybe I would trace this spiral here. If you don't need to, that's fine. You're done with this step, okay? So have fun. I can't wait to see them. Bye, y'all.